College football playoff rankings dropped, bro. I don't know if you've been
Yeah,
watching it.
yeah, I seen
I call it the scam.
the scam. How is it a
The
scam, Rudy?
scam. The CFP committee is a scam. They
How is it?
determine who plays and don't watch games.
You don't think they watch
Do you
games?
think that these old motherfrickers watch more games in college football than I do?
Not you're a maniac though. Like everybody's not like
But it's
you,
their
but that's their
job.
job. They're out their job. I get that. They Rudy, they have to watch the game. What else are they doing? They don't have to watch it at
I
that
don't know.
moment. They can watch it the next day.
One of the committee members is 80 years old. He's
So
sleeping.
what you're gonna do at 80 years old? You're gonna be watching sports all day long.
Sleep.
No, you're not, Rudy. You're gonna be annoying
These
your
people are
wife,
old as
annoying
hell.
me, annoying me, annoying people don't come on out of podcasts in 2045, and you'll be doing the same thing.
They don't watch the games. They don't watch the amount of games that they need to watch to have an intelligent response to what's actually happening in college football. Hey, I'm a
What don't you
Hurricane
like?
fan.
What
I'm a
don't you
Hurricane.
like?
Well, I've dropped the video just earlier tonight about the message that was sent to Miami. Yesterday, I dropped my opinion on the longer one, on the full recap, breaking it all down. This evening I dropped one on the message sent to Miami. The message sent to Miami, I don't know if you heard it or not, was
I didn't,
Miami's
when it,
offense is the issue that they have. They've discussed a lot. This is the committee chairman, who's the athletic director at Baylor. The committee chairman says
hmm,
this team, we've discussed them a lot. Their offense is inconsistent. Okay. Their offense is inconsistent. Well, what if I told you that their offense scores more points and has more yards per game than Alabama, Oklahoma, and Texas?
they-
Texas and Oklahoma both have identical records to Miami. Miami and Texas have a similar opponent, Florida. Miami smoked Florida. Texas got smoked by Florida. Texas smoked Oklahoma when John Mateer was coming back off of his hand injury. And all three of them got worse offenses than Miami. I'm not saying I disagree with the fact that Miami's offense is inconsistent. I'm saying they are inconsistent because
also,
Miami has beaten a team that Texas got drugged by in the SEC. Texas, their wins are Oklahoma with Mateer coming off injury and Vanderbilt. They needed a miracle against Mississippi State. They needed a miracle. These are overtime wins over Mississippi State. They were down 17 in that game in the fourth quarter. Damn you, Mississippi State. And against Kentucky, they beat Kentucky 16-13. They score
I
less
think
points
what
than Miami. They get less yards than Miami, but Miami's offense is the inconsistent one. But Miami ain't scored 16 points or 7 points like they did versus Ohio State at
all
all
year,
this year. At
all
all
year.
this year.
I think realistically, Rudy, they want Miami to be more dominant against teams like Louisville. They want them to be more dominant against SMU, and that's what it come down to. But at the end of the day, what really hurt Miami in their eyes, what hurt Miami is FSU faltered, Florida faltered, and what looked like a tough schedule at the beginning of the season, it seems to have fallen off a little bit. What looked like it? What looked like?
Texas
I
lost to
think
Florida.
Texas lost to
Texas
Florida.
lost to Florida in week
Texas
6.
lost to Florida.
And if you watched it,
they got their ass. They got their ass whooped by Florida.
They got whooped. And Florida just lost 38-7 to Kentucky, who they struggled with.
And FSU beat Alabama. Granted, it was week 1. I don't give a damn. But the FSU team that's been struggling the whole season beat Alabama. I don't no way.
Team.
And maybe if FSU like snuck by Alabama, no, they wore their ass up and down the field, wore their ass down. They like an SEC school where we talk about the big physical, old lineman and style of play, and it's just a different, style of football in the SEC, the big boys. And FSU, who that gave us and you, we thought, hey, FSU is back. Rudy, I was talking shit.
I did.
I was on Facebook. We back. We finally got a quarterback. Because I was fooled. I was bamboozled. I was I was downright hoodwinked. I was hoodwinked, Rudy. I was hoodwinked to believe that FSU was a good team, and we find out that they're not. So what does that do to Alabama? I don't care if it was week 1, and that's where you can sneak by. But it's a way to sneak by. Like sneak by is like, oh, at the last second we kick the field goal, and then we storm the field type shit. No, they pummeled Alabama ass. So I get it. And at the end of the day, Rudy, if you win out, you're in.
I agree.
And coming off an SMU loss and a Louisville loss, you're like, kind of skeptical. But they're literally have to win out, and they're in.
I do agree with that. I have said that if Miami wins out, I believe they make the playoffs. Here's another funny one. Oklahoma does not get punished for losing 2 of their last 4 games. They've lost 2 of their last 4, just like Miami's lost 2 of their last. They got beat up by Texas. They got lost to Ole Miss. They beat South Carolina, and they beat Tennessee, which is completely an overhyped football team. Tennessee's complete fraud. Tennessee doesn't have a win over anybody. They've lost every big game. They lost to Georgia. They lost to Bama. They lost to OU. Their wins are against. Listen to this: Syracuse, East Tennessee State, UAB, and that was Mississippi State, Arkansas, Kentucky. Those are their wins. Syracuse, East Tennessee State, UAB, Mississippi State, Arkansas, and Kentucky. And they lost to Oklahoma, Alabama, and Georgia. They have no meaningful wins. That's Oklahoma's best win.
Yeah.
I mean, no, they beat Michigan too. But they've lost 2 of their last
early in the season.
Yeah, well, Auburn's trash, and they fired their coach. But they've lost 2 of their last 4. And so Michigan, tell me why the 2 of their last 4 doesn't have that same energy for Oklahoma as it does for Miami.
You're in the ACC. I mean, why
again,
are you acting shocked?
What is that? Again, that's the hypocrisy of all of it.
Yeah,
the SEC has 10 teams ranked beginning of the season. I think 3 of them aren't even the top 25 anymore because they've been that bad. Florida, the South Carolina, and I believe there's one more. Texas fell out. Texas jumped 16 spots in 4 weeks. They jumped 16 spots in 4 weeks by beating Vanderbilt and Oklahoma and edging Mississippi State and Kentucky.
Vanderbilt is nice though.
They're just a mid-level
nice team.
They're a nice team. Are they some world beater team? Not really. Not to me. Their win is against Tennessee. I mean, like they have Tennessee end of the year. They have Tennessee end of the year.
They're in the SEC. And it's just as simple as that.
Again, we've created, and the whole thing right now is when I'm looking at this, and folks, if you are in the room, please do hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. What was it here? Yeah. So offensively, the Canes are better than all of them. Yep. Those 3 teams. So why don't you have that same message for those other teams? Miami's defense is also better than half of the teams in the top 12.
Do you think that it has something to do with the disrespect for Carson Beck?
I think the disrespect for Carson Beck is completely unfounded and absurd.
And do you think that has a place on the voters and how they feel about UM because of Carson Beck? It's
not supposed to matter. According to their rules, according to their rules, their criteria, it is not supposed to matter. The same way FSU got completely hosed a couple of years ago, being 13-0, and Jordan Travis getting hurt. There's no rule on you needing to have your starting quarterback because we remember if Alabama won a national championship with a QB throwing for 60 yards. Like Michigan won a national championship with a quarterback that couldn't break 200 yards in 6 of the last 7 games.
Hey, that quarterback is a top 10 pick.
He sucks. JJ McCarthy sucks.
Not JJ McCarthy.
What? Yeah, he sucks. The great white hope from Michigan, he's trash. And again, they screwed FSU that year for Bama.
100%.
And everyone knows it.
Yep.
But I grew up on defense wins championships.
That's no longer anymore.
And their defense was elite. And their defense was dominating people.
That doesn't sell.
Well, Alabama only scored 20 points against Michigan in that semifinal game.
We
They
know
didn't score
that,
50. They scored 20.
but it sounds better to say that they're not gonna. They're not competent enough to be in this championship game because of their quarterback.
I do think Carson Beck gets shit on. I have a lot of people that disagree with me in the Hurricanes Unfiltered area.
Who would you rather? Who would you fucking rather?
You know, that's the question. It's like people who criticize Carson Beck, they'll say he throws picks. Well,
yeah.
A lot of the same people want Lenora Sellers in Miami next year, and he throws a truckload of picks. He's been terrible this year for South Carolina.
Horrible. And he was supposed to be a top 5 pick. He wasn't even supposed to come back to college.
No, he's supposed to be in the NFL. Yeah.
But now quarterbacks are saying, I know I'm not that good, but I know I can make $2 million in college. I'm gonna stay here.
Dante Moore, the QB at Oregon, who they hype up and say project to be the number 2 pick in the draft potentially, is now announced. It's been rumored that he's going back to Oregon, even though he's projected as number 2 pick in the draft. Dante Moore is completely mediocre.
Yeah.
He's completely mediocre.
And if you know that, and I know that, and why wouldn't I stay in school?
But he's still projected to be the number 2 pick in the draft right now, or depending on the drafting. The last 3 weeks, Oregon has scored 21, 20, and 18 points. Why is Dante Moore not getting reamed for that one? These are the things that come up with Carson Beck. You were at the Louisville game with me, right?
Yes. Those hella plays.
2 of those 4 plays. That first pick with Malachi Tony, he beat the guy by 3 yards.
Hey man, that safety came back
and that safety flew 20 yards over. Maybe the ball hung a little bit, but that ball was perfectly thrown.
It was perfect because if that safety don't make that play,
as a touchdown possibly. And then he got tackled. We got tackled.
Yeah.
Also before
pass to the fence. It was pass to the fence.
And then even the one that was deep on the sideline, even if that's underthrown, what's the job of the receiver at that point?
To play defense. You become the damn.
And what did you see the receiver do? He tried to catch it. He tried to catch it.
And even on the game stealing interception, that was
the wrong route. Everyone said Mario Cristobal said it was the wrong route. Shannon Dawson said it was the wrong route. Carson Beck alluded to the fact because then he got chewed out for it. But
yeah, because if you say that, if you come out there and you blame somebody else, they're gonna say
as a leader, blaming somebody else. It's a hot read on a blitz.
Yeah, so they're gonna say that as a leader, you're supposed to take that.
Why would I take that? You're literally disparaging my ability as a quarterback based on a hot read. And if the guy's where he's supposed to be, it's at worst an incomplete pass. Mm-hmm. And yes, the guy still literally fingertipped the tip of the ball from hitting the ground.
Hell of a catch. And I don't have a problem. Beck. I thought he played well. He showed me he could move in the pocket. He could scramble. He can make plays. He's getting the ball to his receivers and letting them make plays. And even the interceptions, some of them is like, come on, man. A couple weeks ago, he put the ball right in the receiver hands. Just whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-fucking-doo.
Did you watch that play from the opposite angle? JoJo Trader, the ball hits him in the hands.
Yep.
If he doesn't jump, and all he got to do is make a cut, he scores a touchdown. That's a touchdown. Because the safety was coming over so fast that all he had to do was cut back to the middle. That DB would have flown right by him. There was nobody back there. It's an 80-yard touchdown. Instead, it turns into a pick and a touchdown the other way.
Except he was nervous that the DB was going to knock his head off.
He went like this.
Yeah. Thought the DB was going to knock his head off, and he said, hey, you can have it.
And the one in the end, the Malachi Tony, once again, the offensive play calling going into that pass was trash. You have Marty Brown missing a touchdown hole that was right there on the left. He was wide open and running right through it, and he falls over. And then the pass to Malachi Tony, if you look at it, was a crosser, and he drifted up. If he keeps crossing, the ball was late, I thought.
Yeah, he should do it early.
If he's still crossing, at worst, it's incomplete. It isn't a pick. But if that's the right route, which we know it wasn't, you gotta throw a line drive. You gotta throw a bullet in there. Malachi Tony ran the wrong route.
I
Again,
think more lob it over his head so he could adjust to it, but I don't know how
but
that will play out.
well,
Whoever the safety is back there.
and I don't believe that when Beck said the DB made a great play. He made a basic ass play, cut in front of a ball that was literally thrown like a lollipop.
Yeah, it was late. It was late. Yeah, I can make that play right now, and guys know I can't move for shit right.
Like they said, and even in the last game, I just think that even the last game, they made a comment where they said the first play of the game that he threw the ball. If that one guy doesn't tip it, I don't even remember the play. It was the first play of the game. They said if he doesn't tip it, that's a touchdown for Malachi Tony. And I'm like, okay. And if I had vagina, I'd be a woman. So like, I don't care about that. Like that's irrelevant to me. I care about
Yeah,
the fact that he was 18 of 24 for 247 and threw for a touchdown and really two touchdowns because Big Boy was a running play. CC Malgoa, but he didn't play poorly. I think he had two not great throws. He had one that was dropped by Trader that would have gone for 40 yards. Again, I mean, what last year at Georgia, this guy had 44 drop passes by his wide receivers.
yeah.
Like you,
The man can play quarterback, man. He's not bad. And he's definitely a top 15 quarterback in the nation.
I agree. I say top 10, but then I went to 15. I got people that are saying he ain't even a top 5 in the ACC. I'm like, get out of here, bro. Fernando Mendoza was a 6-6 QB last year. Nobody, and now all of a sudden he's a superstar
Yeah,
because they have a coach that's actually allowing him to play quarterback and putting him in the position to be successful. These guys now they're handcuffing Carson Beck to me. They're handcuffing him. I didn't.
you don't
I'm
like
not. You
you don't
can't
like
be
Dawson.
I hate. It's more Mario Cristobal.
Okay,
He's the one that's dictating this shit, in my opinion. But Dawson's acquiescing to it, and like, I would be like, yo, I'm not gonna go down with the ship. Like, if we're gonna go down, we go down calling an offense that actually works with what we got. I'm happy that this kid Gerard Pringle last week went off because now he's forcing their hand. They have to start that kid. That kid is a missile out of the backfield. You got to start that kid. If you don't start that kid, you fall behind early on at NC State. You're gonna have some questions to answer. I
big
think
game,
they're.
big game.
Hmm?
We got 3 games left before.
3 games left. NC State, and every week we're playing a bad defense. Like first it was SMU's defense is trash. I'm sorry. First it was Stanford's defense is trash. We make them look good. Yeah, 42-7. We made their defense look good for a half.
Half seven
Then
seven, right?
and then against SMU, their DB suck, and we literally allow them to dictate what we do, which is crazy. And then we play last week again. Defense is trash. We allow them to dictate what we do. North Carolina State has one of the worst defenses in the country, and yet you'll hear them in the press conference. Really good defense. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're horrible. But they look good against us because you're dumbing the playbook down to JV elementary school football. Swing
Get
right,
the ball,
swing left, run the ball up the middle.
get the ball to 10, man, and get the fuck out of the way.
Well, they're
Get
making excuses for that. Oh, they're bracketing him. They're thising him. Man, get him the ball, bro. Players
get him
get
the
the
ball.
ball. Get him the ball. Figure it
Get him
out.
the ball. I hate when coaches say we can't get somebody the ball, especially when somebody that's that dynamic. You can hand him the ball off, give him a reverse. You can throw him a screen. Literally, nobody's behind. Nobody's coming back there where you throw him a screen. Like,
Well, the problem is you got a block, and I just think those
yeah.
screens at a certain point have become so obvious that that's literally all we're running.
Well, then
You have to stretch the field. You have to stretch the field.
but that's when you can become creative and you can pump the screen and go. If everybody's is keying in on 10, then you can use him as a decoy, but you can still find a way to give him the ball. But 10 is your best player. 10 is,
and he's a freshman.
He's a freshman.
And I got people telling me, "Oh, we got to be careful about starting Pringle because he's a freshman too." I'm like, "No, he's our fastest running back. Go get him matched up in a wheel route with a linebacker. It's barbecue chicken. It's barbecue chicken."
What are you holding him back for?
This mentality of it's a freshman, like that's preposterous. I don't care if he's a freshman. He's a freaking burner. He's a speed demon. But yeah, I just think the it's a whole scam. They don't watch the games. They don't, and the things they say prove it when they open their mouths. And every single team that has a head-to-head win, and they're one in front of the other, the team that has the head-to-head win, regardless of whatever metrics are out there, they're ranked ahead. Whether it's Bama over Georgia, Georgia over Ole Miss, Texas over Oklahoma, Virginia over Louisville, BYU over Utah, all of them. The only one that's not is what?
Baby.
Miami and Notre Dame. And they're not just ranked behind. They're ranked 6 spots behind them. And the thing that kills me is they say that what they're supposed to do, it doesn't matter when you lose. But it does. It absolutely does. Because if you
lose if you lose later on, you want to lose early in football.
If it didn't, I should be able to put team A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, L, M, N, O, P. Put your resumes, your wins, your losses. It doesn't matter when you win, when you lose. If I show you the resume, there's no one on earth that's can argue with me and tell me that Miami's not a top 12 team. Nobody.
I agree.
They're not a top 12 team.
I agree.
That's all.
I agree.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's a shock.
That I agree.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a hater, but I will keep it real, and I'm not just gonna front just for the camera purposes. I'm gonna keep it real, Rudy. I don't do that shit. I'm gonna be like, all right. I'm gonna go rag on you though, because if y'all lose again, I'm gonna be the first one in the comments.
If they lose, it's over with. Like, there's nothing to say. If they lose, I mean, it's over with.
This is your year. Like
it's over with. You lose, you don't have nothing to talk about.
This is your year.
Yeah, you can't lose. There's no question about it. You cannot lose. But
this is your year.
They have shown us before that they find a way to get that job done.
They showed, when y'all lose,
and they gotta win. They gotta win spectacularly. They can't have these 17-14, 28-24. They gotta whoop their ass. Mm-hmm. Like this whole thing of it's 7-7 at halftime. We don't score for 28 minutes. Then I agree with the committee. You can't go 28 minutes without scoring, man. Like,
I mean,
shit. Syracuse,
Rudy. Other teams is going the whole game and only scoring 15 points.
I know they could get 5 field goals.
But
they clearly didn't see that. That Oregon won 18-16 last week.
At least UM is, they find a way eventually to get over 20 points.
Yeah,